You're not a man until you've helped another man discover their masculinity. You're not a woman until you've helped another woman discover her femininity. My name is Rafa Godlove. You're welcome to the School of Life. It's a program where I try to teach you life lessons in a way that is simple to understand and in a way that can help you become a better person. On today's edition, we're talking about how to help effeminate boys and Gamine girls. Rafa, what does all of that mean? You have to sit through the video to find out. And so effeminate boys are boys that talk and act and just behave like girls. Gamine girls are girls that talk and act and behave like boys. Now, our society has different kinds of derogatory names for them. They call them tomboys, they call them woman man, they call them any kind of name that you want to call them. So, these people are born with natural skills and motor skills. They just naturally, I don't know how to explain it scientifically, but they're born with natural motor skills, acting and talking like girls. Their voice sounds the same. Okay, and they walk like boys and they're girls and they do all of this stuff, and it's not their fault. It's a natural motor skill. The first thing I need us as a society to understand, and I insist us as a society to understand, is that being an effeminate boy is not synonymous to you being homosexual. Do your research and find out about homosexual men. You discover that most of them are not effeminate. Okay? And so there's a lot of scientific theories, and you know that a theory is just a suggestion, a suggestive answer to a problem. It's not necessarily a fact. It's not proven yet, but it's kind of like tentative answer while they're waiting for it to be proven and things like that. So there are lots of scientific theories that talk about the fact that when a guy is born effeminate and you're in your mother's womb, there's just some homosexual genes and all of that. So where is the homosexual gene in other boys that are not effeminate and that are homosexual? Okay, it's the same thing. They talk about lesbian girls. They just have like all of these Gamine girls. They must be lesbians because it's just the gene. What about ladies that are ladylike and yet are lesbians? Why don't all of the lesbians act like boys? Okay, so I think that these preconceived notions should be trashed out with, because most of the times we hurt innocent children and we call them names and we basically just push them away, and we don't love them and we don't treat them nice. And sometimes even when you try to love them and care for them, they act protective because they're used to society calling them names, and they'll defend themselves even when nobody's attacking them. So I think that we need to set that straight. I think that we need to set that very, very straight and understand that being Gamine is not synonymous to being a lesbian, and being effeminate is not synonymous to being a homosexual. I personally grew up effeminate and my voice still sounds a little shaky. I'm not scared to say that. I'm not scared of you. I know my truth, but my voice is a unique thing because now I host events and I do all of the things that I do. Everybody listens to my voice. If I'm telling you the truth, even in a dream, you listen to my voice, you're like, that's Rafa, that's Rafa. I was hosting an event one time and I had a friend's elder sister was in the hall, and I did not even know that she was there. And then when I went backstage to change my clothes, she climbed upstairs and she was like, I knew that it was Rafa. I heard your voice and I knew that it was you. My voice is a unique thing that separates me from many people, and it's something that was hated before, but I've learned to work with it, and it's like my breakthrough now. I walk into a room, I'm around. I don't need to talk loud. I don't need to laugh. I just open my mouth and say hello. That's Rafa. So it's important that we don't bruise people's emotions and we make them feel bad. But there are ways that we can help effeminate boys and help Gamine girls to become more feminine and effeminate boys to become more masculine. What are some of these ways? As an effeminate boy, you need to exercise a lot. Exercises generally build your motor skills. That's why all wrestlers walk the same way. You see a wrestler, they walk like They walk like a robot. Why? Because a lot of muscles and all of that. I'm not saying you must be as muscular as a wrestler, but I'm saying that once you start exercising and you start gaining these muscles and start building up your physical appearance, it will change even the way you walk. It will change even the way you carry yourself around. You carry yourself around a little more manly. You carry yourself around a little more. Now, let's just be honest. There's like a soft spot in every man, okay? And there's like a tough spot in every woman. But I'm talking now to the guys that are just womanly. You need to exercise a lot. It will improve your motor skills. Motor skills are the way you carry yourself, that the way you handle yourself, the way you hold your body and all of that, all of the snapping of the finger and acting like a girl. You don't do that. You hold yourself like a man and you talk like a man and you act like a man. It helps. About the voice. The voice might not change a lot if you're an effeminate guy. Your voice is your voice. It's like, I know that there's plastic surgery now, all of that, but it's like asking somebody to change the way their nose looks like or the way their ears look like, okay, without surgery. It's almost impossible. So an effeminate boy can talk more manly by not being excited before they talk. Don't be acting excited and you're just talking randomly. You should talk in a composed manner, and you should try. This is something somebody taught me and I love him for that. He's like a big brother to me. His name is Etienne Quine. He's the owner of Chilean Music Television in Boya. No publicity intended. He's like my big brother figure. He called me one time because he records music, Chilean Music Television. There's a lot of music and video work and all of that. He called me one time to his office and said, because I was asking him questions, you teach people voice training and all of that. How can I talk more manly? He said, you don't need to kill yourself. He said, just talk as deep as you can talk as long as you're audible. Try to talk deep, but don't fake it. Try to talk as deep as you can talk as long as you're audible. You just need to be audible, that's all. As long as the next person hearing you can hear you clearly, then you don't need to strain your voice. This is a technique that can help boys who talk with very high pitches. I was telling you that. Try to talk as deep as you possibly can, as long as you're audible. All right, I'm trying to go a little deeper now, so you kind of like get what I'm trying to say. So that's how you talk. So you exercise, first of all, to improve your motor skills, the way you carry your body. You talk as deeply as possible, and then you change your dress code. That's something which is important. That boys who just have feminine shapes, they have like tiny waistline, and so it makes their behind look a little big and all of that. You don't wear tight fitting clothes. You can wear tight jeans, but make sure that you wear like a big shirt or a big t-shirt on it so that it doesn't give you the form of a woman, okay? And it doesn't like pronounce your body shape and all of that. You need to know how to dress and work on these different things and dress appropriately and dress like a man. Let me give you a secret, a very big secret, because I do haute couture. For those who don't know, I do a lot of stuff. I do makeup artistry. I sew clothes for males and females. So in French, it's called haute couture mix. And I do a lot of beautiful stuff. In clothing, when you want to have a manly appearance, wear clothes that have shoulder pads for a man. If you're this kind of guy that is just effeminate and you're just like a woman and nobody respects you and you want to command respect just by your appearance, because clothes are important, you want to command respect by your appearance, wear clothes that have shoulder pads. Clothes like what? Clothes like a suit. A suit has shoulder pads, so it gives you like the kind of Johnny Bravo look, just big shoulders. It's very, very important. Always wear clothes that have shoulder pads. Me, I personally put shoulder pads into my clothes because I sew clothes. I put shoulder pads into some of my clothes because I want them to look more imposing. I want to have that impression that I have like a broader chest and I have like bigger shoulders. It's just commanding presence. It's important. You need to dress appropriately. You need to know how to dress. If you have like tiny shoulders, there's some guys with just tiny shoulders. They don't have no presence when they come around. So you wear clothes with a lot of shoulder pads. It helps to give you presence when you're around. people kind of feel that you're there, and they feel that manly energy because you have now the shoulders are out and things like that. So it's important to also learn how to dress. Now for Gamine girls that are just like tomboys, you would have to learn how to dress like a girl. It's the same thing, but the other way around. You learn how to dress like a girl. Learn how to wear a gown. It does not bite. It's just a gown. And I know I'm comfortable with jeans, and I'm comfortable with the face cap turned sideways, and I want to swag. What are you swaying? And you're walking and swaying. All of that is not feminine. You should learn how to sit like a girl. You should learn how to dress like a girl. And I'm not saying that wear only skirts, because they're trousers, but they're female trousers. They're trousers for females, that are made for females and things like that. So you need to dress appropriately, and it might be uncomfortable, and you might feel like, this is not me. Why should I be doing things to please people? But I'm telling you the truth, you have to bring out your feminine nature, not for society to forcefully accept you, because society doesn't accept anybody. You do good, they talk about you. You do bad, they talk about you. But I think that you should do it to challenge yourself and say, I can do better. I can be better. I can take all of these things that people say are broken in my life, and I can work with it and make something better out of it. And talking about sitting positions, a man is supposed to sit and occupy space. I don't know if you see me, but my hands are open. I'm occupying space. It's a woman that sits in closed environments and she crosses her leg. And, a man, if you want to cross your leg, you cross your legs, and your hands, you cross your legs, and your legs should be spread out. Your shoulders should be spread out. Your whole body should be, expanded. A man occupies space when he sits. A woman doesn't occupy that much space. You're a girl and you're just opening your legs, and just sitting carelessly. A woman doesn't occupy space. That's like the easiest way to explain sitting positions. A man is supposed to occupy space, and a woman not occupying space is not ladylike to spread your legs when you sit and things like that. So it's inappropriate. These are some of the things that you can really do to improve your motor skills and to improve everything. A woman should learn how to wear cosmetic. I'm not saying that you should be like a professional makeup artist, but you should learn how to wear basic makeup for yourself, and learn how to just do your hair and do something which is feminine, and talk in a soft tone. Don't talk as if you're trying to shout back at people. And if you're a lady and you're just talking like a man, you should learn how to talk slowly. You should learn how to talk slowly, and you should learn how to talk with grace. Girls, don't be talking like, I told you. You don't do that. You talk with a little bit of grace. You talk with some class. I'm telling you the truth. If you find this difficult to do, it's normal, because you're not used to, and by your natural nature, you're not born for that. What I'll advise you to do is to go close to an elderly woman. An elderly woman that you admire. She might not be necessarily very old, but she might be an elderly woman of class, and just this perfect kind of diva women. Try to get close to her and tell her, this is it. I act like a boy, and I really like you to coach me and help me. And sometimes you don't even need to say anything. Just by associating yourself with them and watching at their lifestyle, you can pick up one or two things. I'll also advise effeminate boys to go close to manly men, even if it's your friend in school, even if it's an uncle or somebody that you can trust, and you get close to them and see the way they do things. And just by rubbing, there's a scripture, and this is not a Bible class, that says iron sharpens iron. Birds of a feather flock together. Once you rub shoulders with people, things rub up on you, even their character and things like that, so you can learn. But it becomes also the responsibility of these manly men and these diva ladies to be willing enough to accept these kind of girls and these kind of boys. Because I grew up very effeminate. I always say this, and I'm not scared to say it. And people treated me bad. Even men that I felt that could be a good example to me. And when I grew up, trust me, I said it to their face. I said, uncle, I felt you were a bad uncle because you were not a good example to me. I looked up to you to give me all of these manly lessons and just to be there for me, but you were not there for me to provide all of the masculinity that I needed. Okay? And I've had these conversations with family members and things like that. So you need to open up to them. Don't be hating children and don't be hating them. If you think that you're really a man, show me another effeminate guy or another man that is not very manly that you've helped to discover their masculinity. And that's when you can beat your shoulders and say, I'm a man. If you think that you're really a woman, show me another woman that you've helped to discover her inner strength as a woman and her femininity. And then you must have lived your life. At the end of the day, life is short. And the only thing you can do for people is to contribute into their lives and leave them with good memories of you. Because at the end of the day, when you die, nobody's going to remember the clothes and the luxury clothes and the luxury shoes and the luxury cars that you drove and the things that you wore, because, well, they'll be outdated already. Remember the people who used to drive luxury cars in those days? If you bring those cars in this generation, they'll be like, hey, carry that thing away, because it's nothing now. So we need to value human beings more than material things and value investing into the lives of people so that we can help society. And instead of criticizing and hating, let's love and let's teach them. A man doesn't do that. You train them, you carry them for football games, and you teach them manly character, and you tell them you don't have to be weak, you have to show character, you have to respect your word, you have to have integrity and all of that. And you teach a woman, carry yourself like a woman and compose yourself, and teach a girl how to wear makeup, and teach another lady how to walk on heels. Okay? Because women have a problem walking on heels. They just walk and the heels aside, they wobble on heels. Teach them how to walk on heels, teach them how to wear makeup, teach them how to carry themselves and compose themselves. Even dining etiquette, teach them something that they would walk away from you and they would remember you, that you contributed into their life. I'm talking about 18 Quine. I'm talking about my grandfather who used to help me to do certain things. I'm talking about all of these people. And that time when they were helping me, they were not doing it because they wanted me to say thank you later on, or because they even knew that it was that important to me. They were just being nice. And I remember them till I'm growing old. And I remember them. Rafa, how old are you? That's a story for another day. I'll leave you here for now. We'll see each other some other time. Until then, stay in love and treat people nice. Bye-bye.